it is Rachel Bailey, and I am here today to talk to you about what it's like for our kids when we talk to them about changing screen time, why these conversations that we have with them about setting boundaries create so many power struggles and so much resistance. So today I'm going to talk about what it's like from a child's perspective when we ask them to reduce the amount of time they sit on screens. I know this is a difficult situation for so many people. And by the way, I tagged as many people as I could that asked to be tagged. There were some people I couldn't tag, and I will do that after the video is over, but if you didn't see your name initially, that is why. So let me start by talking to you about why, Jane, hi, it's good to see you. Why it is so difficult when we bring up the topic to our kids about changing their screen times, reducing their screen times, or even when we just talk to them about the topic of screen time. They get really resistant, they get, really anxious, or whatever they get. It's not usually a positive conversation. And I actually want to talk to you about what this might be like for you. So I want you to imagine the tool that you use to relax, whatever you use that makes you feel good, maybe at the end of a long day. For a lot of us, I know that is wine. So maybe it's wine, maybe it's social media that you scroll through in the evenings, maybe it's your favorite Netflix show or whatever you're watching, maybe it is sugar, or maybe it's being with your friends, whatever it is that makes you feel good, something you really enjoy, something you look forward to, especially after a long bad day. Now imagine someone comes up to you and tells you that the thing that makes you feel good, you can't do it anymore. And not only do they tell you you can't do it anymore, but they judge you for having done it to begin with. Why were you drinking so much? Why do you want to spend so much time with your friends? Why are you on social media all the time? Why are you scrolling? Why are you staying up past your bedtime to scroll on your phone? Why do you get sucked into that when you know you have to wake up early the next morning? So they're being judgmental about it, and they're removing it from you, and they have the power to do that. You have no control. This person has more power, more authority over you, and they can actually take it away from you. That's what it is like when we approach our kids about their devices. I'm going to talk to you in a minute about what devices actually give to kids, why they like them so much, but I really want you to see what this is like just from a purely emotional perspective. They use screens very often, and I'm going to talk again about the deeper level, but they use these to relax, to connect, to feel good, especially because during the day, very often they may feel, whether this is true or not, they may feel like they're doing things all day long that they don't want to do. So finally they get to do the thing that they want, and then we're telling them we're going to take it away from them and we're going to change it. Now, I'm not saying that we should give kids screen time all the time, nor should we condone their behavior. So what I want to do instead is suggest what you should do when it comes to thinking about kids' perspectives. You want to understand what it's like for them, and I'm going to actually go deeper into that, and you want to care what it is like for them. A lot of parents will say, well, I know they use it to relax, but as soon as you put in that but, you're not really caring what it's like for them. As soon as you say, well, there are a lot of things I don't do, you're not really caring. We have to care what this is like for our kids if we actually want things to change. So here's what I want you to know clinically about what screens do for kids. Very often, whatever they're doing on their screens, whether it is video games or watching shows or talking to their friends on FaceTime or watching educational shows, whatever it is that they're doing on their screens, these shows or these games fill both biological and emotional needs for kids. So let's actually use video games, because I know a lot of your kids are playing video games. They want to be playing them all the time. Whether these are educational games or not, they want to be playing them. So just so you know, we all have a biological need for stimulation, engagement, and novelty. And especially because kids have been home so much, and they were doing all these doing all the schoolwork, which was not novel or engaging or stimulating for them. What happens when they go on screens is screens provide that stimulation, novelty, and engagement. So when they are getting that engagement, it feels really good. They're actually, dopamine is being released in their brains. It feels really good. It meets that need for the stimulation, engagement, and novelty that they actually have. The other thing you want to think about is their emotional needs. So there are 5 emotional needs that we have. I'm just going to say them really quickly. If anyone has any questions about them, I can answer them. But the 5 emotional needs, and you're going to hear as I say these that video games fill every single one of these needs. Number 1, connection. They're connecting with their friends, often through video games. Number 2, significance. Significance is the need to know we matter. And especially if your kids are good at video games or whatever it is they're doing online, they get this feeling that they matter, whereas in the real world, they may not get that feeling. The third emotional need is capability. Well, come on. What they do on screens makes them feel really capable, especially as they progress and get better and better. Number 4 is control. And I will tell you that the world in a video game or online tends to have more control, especially right now when kids feel so out of control. Things have changed so much. They feel really in control on their predictable online world. And number 5 emotional need is security. The need to know that everything is going to be okay. Well, they might not know in the real world that everything's going to be okay, but in the online world, they feel incredibly secure. Whether they should or shouldn't is another story, but they feel incredibly secure. So this is what's going on. This is why kids want this so much. It fills both biological and emotional needs. So again, what I suggest that you do is understand what's going on for them and care about what's going on for them. That doesn't mean you give in to them. It just means that when you have these conversations with them, they are filled with respect and understanding and care. Now, I'm going to, on Friday, actually tell you how to incorporate boundaries and rules and limits when you're setting screen time. And then actually on Thursday in my podcast episode, I'm doing an interview with a guest expert, the director of online safety, who's going to talk to us also about how we can approach our kids. Now, what I want you to take away from this video is just an understanding of what it might be like if someone took something away from you and didn't really respect it very much and just took it away and there was nothing you could do about it. That is why kids get so upset when we often approach them the way we do when it comes to screens. So I hopefully this gives you some ideas of why they're so resistant. And again, for now, just take time to see the situation from their perspective. And even before you set new boundaries, before you change things with them, ask them to just tell you what it's like for them when they're on screens. What do they like about it? What does it give them? How do they feel? Ask them these questions and don't tell them they're wrong. Just say, you know what? Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. I want to understand what it's like for you. That is my suggestion for the action you can take right now. Again, on Friday, I'm going to be back with another video on what you can do to start to bring boundaries into this because it's important to do that. But this understanding their perspective is a big part of bringing in the boundaries at that time. Now, if you want more videos before Friday, I'm actually starting to do more videos on Instagram as well. If anyone is on Instagram, on there is Rachel Bailey Parenting, and I'm doing a lot of live videos. And I will see you either here on Friday or there on Instagram, even between now and then. So thank you all, and I look forward to being back and talking to you again soon. Take care.